50th running, and what's like 15,000 for the late models? Is that correct?
Yeah,
10,000 for the mods?
and this is preliminary from what I understand. So their overall purse that they already have set in place, the guaranteed number is $225,000 for the 50th annual Red Clay Classic. And we talked about it. Invitational something is that we're fond of, and this is one of the long-standing. Again, it's the 49th this year, 50th next year, and they want to make it huge. And that place was freaking sold out. So I got a couple notes here from Uper Dan, and he kind of had a little report over there, and he said ABC Raceway this year, guys, sold out all 423 campsites. Plus, there's 100 campsites on a private lot just on the other side of the pit area. Then we're all sold out as well. Absolutely jam packed. I believe they're probably going to have to find a way to add some grandstands. The 2025 purse is already at 225,000. They're looking to add another 75,000. So if you're looking to sponsor the biggest, 2-day event at the end of the year, they'll definitely be more than happy to get some more sponsors there. It's going to be a must see, guys. This is one of those events where we talked about it. It still has that postseason vibe, the culture, the 2-day show. I mean, the mass excitement, the weather this year was unbelievable. The racing was great, but they are a volunteer deal over there. They don't have paid employees at the ABC Raceway. Everybody's a volunteer. Kraus, you're on a board. Okay. You're on a board at the Viking Speedway. How hard is it to find employees, even when you pay them, right? Let alone have a group of people that have been, and I know Eric, and there's several of them that have been a part of the ABC Raceway board for as long as I've been going to the races. They've been there for years, and it's volunteer. And you know as well as I do how much shit we and racers and fans give promoters and people that run racetracks, and they continue to do it for free year after year after year after year. And they're looking to make this the biggest postseason event in Wissota history. Your thoughts on that, Kraus?
It's a pretty awesome deal. It'd be tell you what, if every racetrack had volunteers, there'd probably be purses would be higher, and tracks would be making a little bit more money. But it's a cool deal. Dennis has been trying to get me to go up there for for a few years now. He texts me again. Dennis, he's going to be looking at hey, get on up here. So probably be texting me again, asking me why. Tough part. It's super tough for me with hockey, but maybe I'll have to take an off weekend next year, Ryan.
Well, why don't you just have your bus break down again? It's not like you played this weekend anyway. You could have went this year.
It's not a bad idea. I was hoping, Bert, that Ryan was a past champion, so I could put Ryan in my car in the past champions race, but the one and only great Ryan Aho is not a past champion of the Red Clay Classic, so now I can't go. We can't put Ryan in the car. It's actually probably a track where they'd actually let you race. People wouldn't get mad at us for putting you in a race car. So no, it's a cool deal. I'm glad they're doing it. Place is gonna be packed. It's a annual deal. Super cool deal. I've been watching that thing now online for the last few years and watch it again this past weekend. So good for them, and hopefully they can be successful with it.
Yeah, I've been going to the Red Clay since I was a little kid. 6, 7 years old. My dad would go there, and I remember, Hibbing had 6-cylinders, and I remember when they transitioned to super stocks, they brought the 6-cylinders over, raced against the super stocks at the Red Clay, and I'm here to tell you, some of them, I have some incredible memories and some crazy stories from post race stuff after the races, the parties that used to happen and they still do at the ABC Raceway. But that's something we got to all put on the calendar. And a couple tips, right? If you're looking to race that event, which you should for that kind of money in 2025, as soon as they're available, buy yourself a pit parking spot, okay? Because if you get stuck out in the back 40 and you get a little weather, you're gonna get pulled out by their grader and their tractor and all that. So get yourself a parking spot. And definitely it's going to fill up. And from what I understand, my buddy Chad told me they're going to do all anybody that had a camping spot this year, they're going to get first dibs. And then as soon as, I think the cutoff maybe right at the end of the year, and I think January 1st possibly, they're going to open up, and first come, first serve. You better get on that list, because then we're going to sell out immediately. And this is going to be an event that you definitely don't want to miss. So congrats to everybody. Look forward to 2025 Red Clay Classic, the 50th running over at the ABC Raceway in Ashland. Bert, did you have something else, or?
No, I mean, I've never been to ABC Raceway, and after I saw that payout and stuff, I thought, well, maybe next year, maybe should be my first time going there.
Yeah, we need to make a point. I guess two things, right? We keep talking about all the shows that we should go to, and we probably just need to make it happen. The postseason deal, right? The Thunder Bay Dirt Track Nationals up at Thunder Bay is a huge one, and then the 50th Red Clay Classic. Them are two that probably need to be on the list. If you're a race fan in Wissota country, them ones are going to be huge next year. So definitely check them out. Let's jump into a little fan feedback brought to you by our friends over at Daytona 1 Performance Lubricants. So Buckhead Daytona 1, extremely smart individual, especially when it comes to lubricants, in the Hall of Fame, NASA Hall of Fame specifically for lubricants. So not just racing related. A lot of different applications, but his passion in dirt track racing is, how do we keep the cost down, or how do we get the cost down? Well, that's by making stuff last longer. The right lubricants, whether it's your gears, power steering, engines, transmissions, whatever it may be, grease. He's got all those lubricants. He has tire treatments out there. If you're a low budget racer and you're like, look, I just don't care, right? I mean, they can DQ me, whatever it is, what it is. But if there's a product that allows me to run tires 1 or 2 more nights, hey, they have that. They have cleaners. If you want to learn about all the great products they have at Daytona 1, you can check them out on Facebook. You can check them out online. That's Daytona 1 Performance Lubricants. Or you can call Chad. He's the regional rep. His number is 507-828-3536. Again, 507-828-3536. That is Chad at Daytona 1 Performance Lubricants. So